Hello and welcome to the show. Joining us today is Mr. Riley Erickson. Mr. Riley, who are we going to talk about today?
Today we're going to talk about Bobby Seale.
Well, who is Bobby Seale?
Well, Bobby Seale was the co-founder of the Black Panther Party, and he was really big in the civil rights movements. It was probably part of the reason on why they got all the equal rights that they have now.
So, Riley, what was his childhood like?
Well, his childhood was very difficult. He moved around a lot, and he had an abusive father, which was just not very good. He moved 3 different places in Texas before finally moving to Oakland, California, where he spent the majority of his adult life.
Oakland, that's where the Raiders are, right?
That is where the Raiders are.
Ah, I see. So what happened his senior year?
Well, his senior year, he did not do very well in school. He just lost the will, and he bombed every single class he was in. So he didn't even graduate school. He didn't even try to retake it or nothing. He just stopped and he quit.
So, Mr. Erickson, what happened after high school?
Well, after high school, since he didn't have a high school graduation diploma or nothing, he just decided to join the military. Well, not the military. He went into the Air Force. He was there for 3 years, I think. 3 years.
Uh-huh.
He worked as a Air Force sheet mechanic. I think it was sheet mechanic. So he repaired the sheet on the airplanes. So they didn't have holes in them or anything. And eventually, after those 3 years, him and his commanding officer, they did not get along at all. They didn't like each other. And so I don't.
Why didn't they like each other?
I'm not really sure on that one.
Okay.
I'm not really sure. I'd have to look it up and get back to you another time. But him and his commanding officer didn't really like each other, so he left on a dishonorable discharge after 3 years.
I see. Action. So, Mr. Erickson, how was the Black Panther Party formed?
Well, that's a pretty interesting story. So after he left on a dishonorable discharge, he decided to go to college, where he met up with the AAA, the Afro American Association, and after he met up with them, he went to quite a bit of their rallies, and he ended up meeting Huey Newton. And when he met Huey Newton, they shared a lot of the same beliefs, and they felt that after going to AAA meetings together, they felt that they just weren't getting anything done, and they were just preaching and preaching and preaching, but nothing was going on. So they decided to start their own group to be in and have other people join them that was more pro-violence.
Go. So, Mr. Erickson, what was the Chicago 8?
Well, the Chicago 8 was a group of 8 people. Well, there was a lot more than 8 people, but 8, sort of quote-unquote leaders that went to Chicago to protest a new law that took away more gun freedom. So they went there and they started protesting, and they all got arrested because there was a new, international law that made it so that they cannot incite riots in other states. Otherwise, they get sentenced and tried and go to prison. So they all, got arrested, and during the trial, Bobby Seale was a very aggressive person and didn't like anything that the judge had to say. So he'd always blurt out and scream and yell things. And his lawyer, the lawyer that he would have preferred and the lawyer that he would want, was actually away in California due to a knee surgery, and they would not allow Bobby Seale to represent himself. So he got a lawyer from the state, and he just lost the case, and he had to go to prison.
Go. So what was life like after prison?
Well, after he got out of his 4-year sentence, which is quite a long time, he decided that being violent and trying to do all those violent things really got him nowhere. So he decided to do more peaceful protests by, adopting more of Martin Luther King's ideas. And so he started going around peacefully protesting things. And, he's still alive today doing that. He's still alive, traveling places. He's about 85 years old, but he's still going places, protesting things, doing all kinds of good stuff. So, it's been nice having me.
Thank you. We'll see you next time.